Hey guys, it's Meg. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. You probably know me as Meg Notes if you've come from TikTok, and if you're new, then just thank you so much for watching. If you haven't guessed from the title, then this will be a bit of a chatty, get to know me video, whilst I also talk you through the beginning pages for a bullet journal monthly spread. So whilst I open up my brand new bullet journal, I should probably introduce myself a little bit. I've always really liked the idea of bullet journaling because I love being productive, but I also love art and drawing, and the two come together really nicely in a bullet journal. I've done some spreads in the past, but I've just never carried on with it long term, so I've never had a full bullet journal done before. But I finished university at the end of May, and I thought this would be the perfect time to just get started. Even though it wasn't a new year, which the perfectionist in me would have preferred, I didn't want to keep putting it off, so I started in June. So here you're just watching me break the spine, it's called, which when you get a new bullet journal you want to do so that when you're drawing on both sides of the pages, they'll lie flat for you. You won't get that annoying bump at the middle of the spine. And now we can just get started. So what actually is bullet journaling? A bullet journal is basically a means of creating a productivity system, and there are varying degrees of creativity that people put into their bullet journals. You know, some people like it quite simple, minimalistic type style. Others, like me, use it as a far more creative outlet. And that is the kind of style that you'll see on my TikTok and that I'll be showing you today. So it is a little bit more time consuming. Obviously, if you're using the bullet journal primarily for productivity, it might not be the most productive use of your time to spend an hour or two setting up the pages. But either way, hopefully it will be helpful and you find this interesting. A bullet journal is usually made up of dots that form a grid, and it makes it a lot easier to design pages than it would be on a gridded or lined piece of paper or booklet, just because then the lines don't detract from whatever design you've created, but the dots, as they're in lines, still mean that you can make your design, know it's all lined up, it's not going to be wonky, even if you don't have a ruler or anything like that. In terms of where to buy them from, you can really get them from anywhere, you know, Waterstones, even Amazon. I've got mine from Yop and Tom, which is a really cute little brand. They're UK based, their journals are vegan leather, which I love, and amazingly they've offered me my own affiliate link, which I'll leave down below for you to get 10% off if you want to buy one, and it also gives me a little commission, which is just so cool, and I'm so grateful for that. So I think the best bit of advice I can give to anyone starting out is, it might sound obvious, but work in pencil first, because it just reduces the likelihood of you making any mistakes, and as long as you've got a pen that doesn't smudge too much, you can just start writing in pencil first, go over the top in pen, and then rub out any pencil marks that are left over at the end. So everyone who does bullet journaling will have a different method of setting up their journal. Whether they like to do a design throughout the whole year, a new design every month, they might have a colour theme that runs throughout. But personally, I like to do quite a variety because otherwise I'd get bored. And as I said, I like to do bullet journaling for the creative side as well. So I like to do a new theme every month. And for June, for example, I did lemons, and my July theme is currently watermelons. It won't always be fruit. I'm definitely planning on doing something different going forward, but it just happens to be that way for now. But for today's video, I thought I would show you August, as I'm assuming anyone watching this, they'll be setting up ready for the next month, as July's already started. And I thought a cute little design that would be quite easy to copy if you wanted to try this at home was the paper planes, which I use Pinterest to get a load of inspiration. There's loads of great ideas on there which you might want to check out if you're just starting. And then you can just tweak those ideas to fit whatever month you're doing or whatever colours you want to use, what pens you've got, etc. So here I'm setting up the August cover page, it's called. I've got on the left hand side just August, the title, and a few cute little illustrations. And then on the right hand side I've got the calendar page, which you can use to create a monthly overview, or you can just use it to keep track of the days that have gone by, or even just for the aesthetic of it. Here I'm just working through in pencil, as I said. This paper aeroplane in particular seemed to be giving me a bit of trouble. I don't really know why. All of the others went fine, but this one just took me loads of attempts. But we got there eventually, and thankfully it was in pencil, so I could just rub it out and start again. But mistakes definitely do happen, even in pen, but you just have to remember that this should be fun, and as long as you're enjoying it, then it really doesn't matter what the end result looks like. You know, for me, bullet journaling is almost therapeutic because I've always been quite artistic, so I really enjoy spending a lot of time creating these spreads. I've always been very academic at school, but art has always been a passion and has now even become a bit of a side hustle for me. I got an A star in both GCSE and A-level art, so although I was at a grammar school and academics were really the main focus, I've always found a way of doing something creative in my own time, and bullet journaling has been one of those outlets for me, and now I'm just pleased to be able to share it with other people who might enjoy it as well. So I've done the pencil underneath, and now I'm just going over it in pen. The nice black pen that I'm using to write August is the one I always get questions about on TikTok. It's a Pentel brush pen. You can get it in quite a few sizes. I think this is just the regular one, but I've also got a thicker one and a thinner one, which is good for creating different titles and styles and however you want to use it really. The calligraphy, hand lettering style writing is something I've just learned over time. To begin with, I was just terrible at it, but it's really fun to practice, and obviously it looks nice in the end. And now that I can do it, and I'm still learning, but I can use it now for writing in Christmas cards or birthday cards and all that, so it's a good skill to learn. And I can definitely do a tutorial if anyone would be interested in that. The thinner pen that I'm using for the boxes is just called a drawing pen. I got it from WH Smith, which is a stationery shop in the UK, and I got it quite a few years ago, so I don't know whether they still sell this exact pen, but it came in a pack of 4 with different size nibs. I think it's got 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, and this one is the 0.7, which I probably use the most just because I like the thickness and it draws really well. So now I'm just going over the paper aeroplanes. I was debating whether I should do it with or without a ruler, but I thought just for the purposes of making this video look as good as possible, I should probably use the ruler. But I wouldn't necessarily do that if I was just making a new page every day because it is more time consuming. But as I had the time, I thought I would just use the ruler this time. And then I'm just marking in the cute little aeroplane trail, which I think it looks quite effective once it all comes together. And then just rubbing out any pencil lines that are left behind. And then finally, I'm just adding a little bit of colour. The pen I'm using is a Tombow brush pen. I got the pastel coloured pack, but the blue is actually quite bright for the pastel colours, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to add a tiny bit of colour. It's quite a minimalist style spread. But again, as it's for beginners, this tutorial, I thought keeping it simple might be easier if anyone does want to copy it. I do have some more colourful spreads, which I'll show you in a second. But again, it just depends how much time you want to spend on these spreads. If it's your therapy kind of chill time, then obviously do as colourful as you want. But if it's something you want to do for planning and just getting on with productivity, then maybe something like this would give you a good balance. So just to show you another example of what I mean, this is my June spread. Like I said, I only started properly in June, so this is the only month I have completed. But it just shows you that you can have single weekly spreads, double page weekly spreads, you can have quote pages, you can put as many doodles in as you like. And I also ended mine with a summer bucket list because I thought it would be cute, and believe it or not, it is the summer in the UK and I want to make the most of it. And then this is just a quick flip through of my July, which is coming along nicely. You can check out my TikTok if you want to see my daily videos, which create new pages every single day on there. And it's also a good example of all the habit trackers, mood trackers that you can use. I personally think the habit tracker and the gratitude log are my favourites. They're the ones I would try and include every month, just because I like the productivity side and also the positivity side, whereas some people really enjoy having loads of different types of trackers. But that is the beauty of bullet journaling. You can make it suit you. This is a weather log that I've done. I wouldn't normally do that, but someone requested it, and it's actually one of my favourite pages now. You can just fill it in with whatever the weather was that day. It's just quite cute, and Hopefully this video has been useful for you. Like I said, it's my first video, so I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but if you liked it, then please give me some feedback, even if it's constructive criticism, I don't mind. And yeah, this is my bullet journal, the one I'm actually using, and the pink one is the one I've just bought. So if you have any requests of themes or pages you want to see, I can do them in this, and it doesn't disrupt my normal journal. And also let me know in the comments whether you would prefer the blue one or the pink one. I think the blue is definitely my favourite colour, but I just love the gold embossed stars on the pink one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll leave all my links in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.